Good morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and today we're going to be making one of my favorite foods, pork chops. I love pork chops, and it's just like a 3-ingredient, 4-ingredient pork chop. We're going to be frying them. You can do them in the air fryer. You can fry them on top of the stove. You can do them in the oven, but I chose to just fry mine in a little bit of oil today. So let me get my pork loin. Now this is part of a pork loin that I had bought and cut it in half, and I used half of it for something else, and I put it in the freezer. And so I'm going to be using the rest of it today in pork chops. And this is the neatest thing. This is a Smithfield pork loin. We buy different name brands, but this one is so cool. On the little package here, it's got lines. It's got 3/8 of an inch, 5/8 of an inch, 1 1/4 inch on how you can slice your pork loin. So hold on just a second. Let me get a plate. I thought I had everything out, but I didn't. So I'm going to be making mine a little bit. I better leave that here because I'm going to need to wipe my hands. I'm going to be making mine a little bit thin this morning. And this was a big pork loin. They're easy to slice, and it's boneless. And I'm slicing mine this morning. And I'm going to be leaving, there's a little bit of fat on it. I'm going to be leaving that on it because it's really good when you fry it. So, Roy just came in from the garden. I'm going to be slicing mine about 1/2 of an inch thick. Now, I've never used this particular recipe. I've used it with chicken, but never with pork chops. So, I'm excited to try it. Say good morning, Roy.
Good morning, Roy. How are you doing, Roy?
He's going to get him a cup of coffee, I bet. He's headed for the coffee. Okay. I'm only going to do 4 pork chops. Because...
You're not going to eat any?
Yeah, I am.
You just going to do 4?
I'm just going to do 4. Yeah, everybody tell Roy good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. No, I have some. I did a chicken fajita yesterday, and I have some of that left over. And if I don't watch myself, I have a bunch of leftovers in the fridge. So, and we can't eat them all. Of course, usually I have grandkids or something come in that helps us eat them. So, just throw that right there. Now, this is going to be simple. It's going to be easy. I've got my pan on behind me getting hot. Now, this is ranch dressing right here. The recipe calls for ranch dressing and paprika. But you know what? Let me wash my towel out. It fell on the floor. And I got bleach water in my sink. Hot bleach water. It only calls for ranch dressing and paprika. But I'm going to put salt and pepper in my seasoning. Because the ranch dressing has salt in it, but I want it to have more salt. And I'm using this is a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm using 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to use about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. And this morning is smoked paprika. I'm wanting to do smoked paprika. So this is a 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to put a whole teaspoon in there. And I'm going to stir this up. And then all I'm going to do is coat my pork chops in there, in this seasoning mix. And then I'm going to fry them on the stove. Oh, that smoked paprika smells real good. Okay, so I'm just going to coat my pork chops real well. I don't want a thick coating on them, but I do want enough that you can taste it good. Okay. All right. I'm going to put them back on my plate and season them again. Now, if you've never bought pork loin and used it this way, used it for your boneless chops, it's so much cheaper than buying boneless chops, because we can get pork loin sometime for $2, $2.09, something like that. Even if you have to pay, I don't know, $2.50 a pound, it's still a lot cheaper than your boneless pork chops that you buy in the grocery store, because they're like $4 a pound. And all they do, it's just they take a pork loin and they slice it up. That's all boneless pork chops are. Now you can use bone-in pork chops with this also.
Whatever's on sale.
Whatever's on sale. You're right, honey. Whatever is on sale. Okay. All right. I fixed just the right amount of seasoning. Just about. All right. Let me wash my hands. All right. Now. Okay. All right. I think my grease is hot enough. Oh, yeah. And I've got probably an inch of grease in here, of oil. All right. Okay, these are going to fry probably 4 minutes on one side, 4 minutes on the other side. Get my tongs. So as soon as I start to turn them, then I'll be right back with you. Okay. Whoop. Our pork chops are done. They were cooking. I cooked them 4 minutes on one side, turned them over, cooked them 4 minutes on the other side. Can you see that? Mmm. Oh, they look good. Oh, they look good. All right. I've got one more. I'm going to cook it. Put a little seasoning on it. Bring this over here. Okay, I'm going to pull you back a little bit so you can see me. Okay. Now, that is a delicious looking pork chop right there. All right, I'm going to taste of it for you. I'm going to taste of this one. Mmm. It's going to be hot. Oh, it's going to be hot. But hot's good. I better do a little piece, not a big piece like that. Mmm, that crumb was good. Y'all, mmm. Oh my goodness. Mmm, y'all. You gotta try this one. Mmm. That ranch dressing just pops in your mouth. But let me tell you, if you're watching your salt, don't put the half teaspoon of salt. Do put the pepper. You want to taste, baby? Roy's going to taste. Do put the pepper, but leave, if you're watching your salt, do leave off the salt. I didn't realize that ranch dressing had that much salt in it, but it does. So do not put the salt. How about you?
I'll come in out of the garden anytime. Anytime. This is great. Really great.
How about you? Don't you think I could have left off that salt?
Nope.
Ma'am. Okay, Roy said no. Wow.
Maybe a little less, but
y'all
left it off. That's wonderful.
This is,
Woo.
Y'all got to try this one. That is so good.
Woo.
I only had a small piece of the pork loin left, so I decided I was going to show y'all how to do it in the air fryer too. So I've used my Y'all Sweet Tea Ranch seasoning here, and I've already seasoned one side. I just sprinkled some paprika and some of my Y'all Sweet Tea. I'm not going to put salt because I tasted this and it's kind of sweet. So what I'm going to do is all right, I'll just do both sides. Season both sides, and then I'll put them in my air fryer. And I'll let y'all know how long it takes. So they're real thin. I cut these real thin, so it shouldn't take very long at all. But these were just so good. I said, well, you know what? I want to know what they taste like in the, how they do in the air fryer. I already know they're gonna do real well, but I do want to get enough seasoning on it. Okay, and a little bit of paprika. Just a little bit. I'm just doing this the quick way. All right. That one's got a lot of fat. I'm not even going to cook that one. I'll do something else with that one. It's got, you know how the end gets a lot of fat on it? Well, that's got a lot of fat. It's almost all fat. Okay. I'm going to lay these in my basket here. May not can get all four. Nope. Can't get all four of them in there. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more seasoning on them. Just a little bit. Not more paprika, but a little bit, because we love this ranch dressing. Now, I've got a little sprayer here that I keep by my air fryer. And I'm going to spray them with olive oil. So they'll cook even and cook good. And then I'm going to put a little bit more of this seasoning on them. And when I turn them, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to cook them 4 minutes on the first side and 3 or 4 minutes on the second side. I will check the internal temperature, and I want them to be at least 165 degrees. So I'm going to put these in my air fryer. I'm going to cook them on 400 for 4 minutes, and then I'm going to see what they look like.
Wow, Grandma.
Okay, this is after 6 minutes because I want it to brown. So that's 6 minutes. Oh my.
Got them ready, Grandma?
I do. Okay. I cooked them on 400 for 10 minutes because these were a little frozen in the center when I finished cutting them up. And I've got one here that's not quite ready because I had to put it in after I could only get 3 in. So I'm going to cook it about 2 more minutes and it'll be done. But I cooked these on 400 for 10 minutes. 8 minutes would have done it if they hadn't been a little frozen in the center. So this is my fried in the skillet. This is my done in the air fryer. And one is just as good as the other. So air fryer, air fryer, air fryer. skillet. And I know I did 4, but we've already eaten 2. So thank y'all for joining me this morning in my air fryer ranch pork chops and my in the skillet on top of the stove ranch pork chops. So please share, like, comment, tell me where you're from, subscribe. Remember, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Sugar free, no sugar added, and gluten free. Catch y'all next time.